it would be a huge challenge, but if we could get our arms around it and really try to see it from as many perspectives as possible and honor the people who served in it and hear what they had to say about what it was like for them and their families, and to not just make the mistake that I think many Americans make in thinking about the Vietnam War, which is to think about ourselves, but to really extend our curiosity into what was this like for Vietnamese on all sides. We could maybe shed some new light on this story. It felt to us that this is sort of unfinished business for our country, sort of a festering wound that just keeps on just boiling away, and that the only way we would know to try to address that is to just really ask these simple questions. What happened? What was it like? Why? And what does that mean for us today?
I had a lot of respect for our adversaries. I never hated the enemy. I was a professional soldier. And I actually got in trouble once. I think I told Lynn about this. I half-jokingly commented to one of my battalion commanders in the 1st Cavalry Division, how much are we spending on each of these people that we're killing here, the enemy soldiers? And he said, I have no idea. He made Major General later, so he wasn't that dumb. But I said, sir, wouldn't it make just more sense if we just hired these guys to work for us? And he said, what are you talking about? We have a South Vietnamese. I said, not them. I'm talking about the North Vietnamese. These guys come in against us we've got armor, we've got artillery, we've got napalm, we've got airstrikes, and they still come in at us.
I
said, the British hired the Gurkhas. Why can't we do this with a... And he said, Phil, you're never going to be a general officer with that kind of attitude.
Well, he was right.
He was right.
I was a kid. I was 23 years old. I was the age of the lieutenants. And I went to school on that war. I learned things. One thing I learned was you want to be very damn careful with the truth. You want to spell the names of people's hometowns correctly and get the state right, too. And the reason is, and I would tell this at journalism schools from time to time, is that, I would go out and I might stay 3 hours, I might stay 3 days with a unit, a company of Marines, a company of Army, and take my pictures, write my story, get it sent. What I was sure of is that I would probably see those guys again somewhere down the road. And I was also pretty sure my story would appear in Stars and Stripes, and it would make its way slowly to that company, or their mama back home would cut it out of the Kankakee Register Guard and mail it in her next letter. And I was going to see him again, and I didn't want to screw that story up about men who were armed and dangerous.
That's right.